The CIA's mind control experiments, and why your brain is easier to control than you think. Most people believe mind control is fiction. But what if I told you it's real? Experiments were conducted in secret, testing the limits of human obedience and perception. The human brain is more pliable than most realize, and sometimes manipulation can be invisible. Today, we'll explore how history and modern technology shape what we think is free choice. In the early 1950s, as tensions of the Cold War escalated, the CIA launched one of the most secretive and controversial projects in history, known as MKUltra. Its primary goal was to understand the limits of human control, how the mind could be influenced, reshaped, and manipulated. The experiments ranged from administering hallucinogenic drugs like LSD to sensory deprivation, hypnosis, and psychological conditioning. Many subjects, completely unaware, became part of experiments designed to push human cognition and obedience to the extreme. Officially, the program aimed to explore interrogation techniques and mind control for national security. But the methods were as dark as they were pioneering. Subjects were chosen from prisons, psychiatric hospitals, and ordinary communities. Isolation was a primary tool. Cutting them off from social interaction weakened their sense of reality and heightened dependency on the experimenters. Fear and stress were deliberately induced to activate primal survival responses. Repetition was used meticulously, implanting certain behaviors and beliefs through constant reinforcement. The human mind, under these conditions, revealed an unsettling capacity for adaptability, yet also for susceptibility to manipulation. Each trial uncovered a deeper understanding of obedience, perception, and human vulnerability. Hypnosis and psychological pressure were applied in controlled sessions, sometimes in combination with drugs, to investigate memory alteration and behavioral influence. The subjects' reactions were meticulously documented, noting how suggestion could override personal morality. Experiments revealed patterns. Individuals would act against their own principles when authority demanded it. These findings were later echoed by Stanley Milgram's famous obedience studies, confirming that ordinary people could carry out acts they might otherwise find unconscionable, simply because they trusted or obeyed a figure of authority. The MKUltra experiments demonstrated that fear, repetition, and authoritative influence could profoundly alter perception and behavior. Some subjects suffered long-lasting trauma. Others simply learned to comply. By controlling the environment, manipulating stimuli, and isolating the mind from its normal reference points, researchers could create predictable behavioral patterns. It became clear that subtle cues, tone of voice, gestures, repeated instructions, were often more effective than overt force. The human mind under these conditions could be reshaped almost imperceptibly. Isolation, controlled sensory input, and constant observation allowed scientists to map attention, memory, and belief formation. They discovered how minor manipulations could produce significant behavioral shifts. Even small, repeated suggestions could create compliance or fear. These lessons were not lost. Decades later, the principles continue to inform psychology, marketing, and digital algorithms. The difference today is subtlety. Modern techniques influence minds without physical confinement. instead using media, social networks, and constant stimuli to guide perception and behavior. Let's step into the modern world. The same mechanisms used in MKUltra, fear, repetition, and authority, exist in our daily lives, though hidden beneath layers of convenience and entertainment. Advertisements, social media notifications, and news cycles reinforce specific thoughts and emotional reactions. Subtle repetition convinces us, fear captures attention, and authority figures, celebrities, verified accounts, brands, guide behavior almost imperceptibly. Our brains are wired to respond predictably, and these mechanisms exploit that wiring, shaping what we perceive as choice and free will. Social dynamics amplify these effects. Peer pressure, trending content, and echo chambers create environments where conformity feels natural. People imitate behavior, adopt opinions, and follow authority cues without realizing it. The obedience and suggestibility that MKUltra studied in a lab now occur daily online across millions of individuals simultaneously. From likes and shares to comment threads and trending hashtags, these mechanisms subtly nudge decisions and shape beliefs, often without our conscious awareness. Understanding this can empower us to recognize manipulation and reclaim autonomy. Algorithms act as invisible guides, predicting and influencing reactions. They curate content that provokes emotional responses, ensures repeated exposure, and reinforces pre-existing beliefs. The patterns are strikingly similar to what MKUltra researchers observed. Repeated stimuli, controlled environments, and subtle cues shaping perception and behavior. While today's applications are technological rather than physical, the psychological effects are no less profound. The modern mind is constantly tested, nudged, and shaped. Yet most people remain unaware. Historical records and declassified documents reveal the systematic nature of manipulation. From secret projects to corporate strategies, humans have long been studied, guided, and influenced. Recognizing these patterns allows us to connect past experiments with present-day techniques. Understanding the deliberate shaping of thought and behavior provides insight into both personal autonomy and the broader societal influence that surrounds us. Social media platforms exploit these principles, engineering attention and engagement. Feeds are optimized to show content that triggers emotion, provokes reaction, and sustains user interaction. Each scroll, click, or like is influenced by algorithms designed to capitalize on predictable human behavior. Repetition, fear, and authority subtly guide decisions, while the user remains unaware of the manipulation occurring at every interaction. Crowd psychology and conformity remain powerful forces. Humans are wired to observe and imitate, to follow social norms and authorities. Even today, in online communities and in-person interactions, trends and group behavior can override individual reasoning. The mechanisms studied decades ago continue to operate, shaping beliefs and decisions on a massive scale. So the question isn't whether mind control existed. The question is, how much of what you believe was carefully shaped? The most effective influence is the one you never notice. Understanding these forces gives us the power to question, to analyze, and to reclaim our own thoughts. The next time you scroll, read, or follow, ask yourself, is this truly your choice, or have you been guided? Awareness is the first step to freedom. If you want to understand how the human mind really works, make sure to subscribe and follow the channel. New videos uncovering hidden psychology and forgotten history are coming soon.